I became involved with ALDEA by way of another board that I was on in Illinois called Feed the Dream. We funded the nutritional education component of ALDEA's integrated development program to combat childhood malnutrition. That nonprofit ceased to exist a couple years ago, and I knew I wanted to continue to do work with ALDEA because I was so impressed by what I had seen. So I contacted their leadership about joining the board, and I joined in January of 2019. One of the main things that keeps me involved with ALDEA is what brought me to ALDEA in the first place, and that is to have the opportunity to work to change the trajectory of lives of Maya people in rural Guatemala. One thing that's very important to me is that we are not a paternalistic organization that tells people what they need to do. They need to tell us what they want to accomplish, and then we give them the tools to help them do so. The female empowerment and leadership parts of our programs are very important to me as well. One of the other main reasons I'm involved with ALDEA is that I have a lot of confidence in our executive director and the staff at our on-the-ground sister organization called ABPD. They are all about best practices, innovation, and not just continuing to do things just because they worked in the past for other villages. Of course, it's important not to recreate the wheel, but they don't rely on doing the same old just because it's worked in the past. It's been very clear to me how important innovation is in the time of the COVID pandemic, but I also wanted to talk about how before we pivoted in the pandemic, some of the things that we had in place that actually benefited our families. One thing is that they understood the importance of hygiene and hand washing, which we know is critical to helping reduce the spread of the disease. And they also had goats for milk and had planted family gardens that provided supplemental food, which was important when public transportation was canceled and people could no longer get to the markets. In the time of COVID, when all things have changed for all of us, I've been very impressed with how the staff and the executive director have really pivoted 180 degrees, if not more, to help our communities. In-person programs, which are a big part of the work that we do, went away and were no longer feasible due to travel restrictions, but the staff figured out a way to do virtual training. They delivered to hundreds of families masks and hand sanitizer. They trucked in water for communities that did not have any. They brought fertilizer and seedlets to families for planting because, again, with the cancellation of public transportation, people could not get to the markets and therefore could not do their annual planning. All of these things really make me feel confident in the work that we're doing and the people that we have leading that work on the ground. I want to thank you for your support of ALDEA because you really are helping to make a difference. Thank you.